Decluttering seems simple at first. Just get rid of what you don't need and enjoy a tidier, more peaceful space. But as I dove into the process, I discovered that it's easy to make mistakes along the way. Looking back, I realized that some of the choices I made actually slowed me down or made things harder than they had to be. Today, I want to share those mistakes so you can avoid them and make your own decluttering journey smoother and more rewarding. The first mistake I made was trying to tackle everything at once. I looked around and thought, I'll just do the whole house this weekend. But decluttering entire rooms, or even the whole house, in a single go quickly became overwhelming. By midday, I was surrounded by piles of stuff, exhausted, and wondering where to even start. I learned that breaking the process down into small, manageable chunks, like one drawer or one shelf at a time, kept me motivated and helped me see progress without burning out. Another common pitfall was holding on to things out of guilt. I kept gifts I never liked, clothes I never wore, and items I spent too much money on but never used. I thought letting them go would somehow be wasteful or disrespectful. But in reality, keeping these things only added clutter and stress to my life. Once I reframed my thinking, realizing that a gift had already served its purpose by being given, or that money spent in the past was a sunk cost, I could let go of the guilt and the items themselves. Procrastination was another major issue. I would set aside things I was unsure about in a maybe pile, promising myself I'd decide later. But more often than not, that pile just grew larger, becoming a source of anxiety. I learned it's better to make a decision in the moment, even if it's not perfect. If something truly gives me pause, I'd set a short deadline, like a week, to decide, rather than letting it linger indefinitely. One mistake that surprised me was not having a clear plan for what to do with the things I wanted to get rid of. I'd fill bags and boxes with donations, but then leave them by the door for weeks, or worse, store them in my car and forget about them. The clutter just shifted from one spot to another. Now, I make sure to schedule drop-offs or pickups as soon as possible, so unwanted items don't stick around. I also made the error of not considering the emotional impact of decluttering. Some items carried memories or sentimental value, and I tried to rush through those decisions. I realized it's important to be gentle with yourself during this process. For sentimental things, I now take time to reflect, and sometimes I photograph items before letting them go, so I can preserve the memory without keeping the object. Another misstep was not organizing what I decided to keep. I focused so much